Hey everybody, welcome to an abbreviated version here, hopefully somewhat, because I have to go pick up my mother and take her for a hair appointment. So I've only got a couple of minutes here, but obviously pretty big news. I think the Habs are the story of the day anyway, with the non-goal last night. The last couple of seconds of the game against the Senators, they certainly pushed right up to the front of the sports pages probably with the dismissal of Claude, Julien and Kirk Muller. So some quick thoughts on that. Dismissals are always tough. I think in this case it was the right call. Sad to see Kirk go. I think because he coached in the bubble when Claude had the heart issue last year, and that really led Montreal, I think, their general manager, Marc Bergevin, going out, making the most aggressive, significantly upgraded changes during his tenure as a GM. And the Habs were reflective of that, the way they started playing in this COVID-led shortened season. And then the world collapsed. And look, at the end of the day, Claude Julien and Kirk Muller, two guys I know a little bit, both great guys. There isn't anybody, I think, in the hockey communities or hockey world would say anything bad against them. But I think it was the right call. You've got a team that on paper should be better than what their record is right now. Were they as good as they were when they came out of the gate in those first 7-8 games? No, but that's the old adage, right? You're never that good, you're never that bad, you're probably somewhere in the middle. I've said this on all the Liam's hockeys I've done. I picked them to finish third. So if you're going to finish third, you're going to get beat by two teams. You're going to be down. You're going to lose games. And I think, you're losing to a rival. That's fine. Ottawa's always played them well, even when Montreal was good. When Montreal was bad, they've played Ottawa well. They're ahead of them in the overall games head-to-head since 1992-93. Big deal. I mean, but it's what's immediate is these last two games. And these are two games that the Habs, they scraped and clawed and got points out of, but not good enough. And it's the old story. You can't fire 20 players. You can put one or two guys in and out of the lineup. Lehkonen should be in or out. Danault should be in or out. Or Sid Druing or Sid Byron or whatever. But you can't sit 20 guys, and you have got a general malaise in the team, or more neutral zone turnovers than in any other game last night. Their transition game has absolutely dissipated. Now, you got to hang some of this on Carey. He played lights out last night. He was amazing. And then he allows that second goal by Tkachuk, which was brutal. And unfortunately, though, it's always the coach who's going to bear the responsibility of this. You're in a tough spot there. Like, you look at Buffalo right now, are sitting Jeff Skinner, their multi-million-dollar guy. 2 games in a row, they get a win last night. It comes a point here where maybe Allen has to take over a net for Carey, but I mean, Carey played solid last night. You don't necessarily hang it all on him. The team has got so many other problems right now that it all is pointing back to the coaching staff. And Claude had to take the hit. Kirk took the hit. I don't have a problem with it. Dominic Ducharme is a great choice right now. He's going to wear the interim tag, just like Craig Berube did in St. Louis. You won a Stanley Cup as an interim head coach, just like Rick Bowness did in Dallas last year. There's a couple of very most recent examples of interim coaches that went to A final, and B, won a cup. So I got no problem with him having that tag and them promoting him. Certainly fits the bill language-wise. Let's look at his resume. The guy was a hell of a player in NCAA. He played University of Vermont. He played with Tim Thomas as a goaltender and Marty St. Louis. They were great teams. He was a great player. He set records there, I think, for points. As a coach, he was Jonathan Drouin and Nathan McKinnon's coach in Halifax when they had one of the, if not the greatest season in Canadian major junior hockey history with the Halifax Mooseheads. Won everything there was in sight, including the Memorial Cup. Beat Portland in the final. He was Coach of the Year, won the Brian Kilray Award. And then what does he do? He goes to World Juniors. 2017, silver medal. 2018, gold medal for Team Canada. So, head coach. Look, the guy is, his resume is superlative for sure, as are just about all coaches. who get promoted to the NHL. Just about everybody has a pretty good backstory, back resume, and he does as well. He's got the interim tag, so I got no problem with that. The move needed to be done. I didn't go to bed last night thinking about that because I'm thinking about how they got ripped off on the goal. I'll finish on that. It's a travesty, obviously. I'm only going to be seen as a Hab fan looking at it, so I won't belabor the point because the Hab haters will love it that it was disallowed and Ottawa won. So unless you can have an objective conversation, you got to look at it and say, wow. I mean, the contact that was made with the Sens defenseman and Gallagher, now he's in where he always is. He goes down, he contacts with Murray. Gallagher gets up, Murray square to the puck. The puck goes in, I think 3 seconds from start to finish. And the War Room overturned the call on the ice and deemed that was sufficient enough. So that's the way they saw it. The fact that I think different, and seemingly the majority that are at least commenting on social media, and I'm trying to take out of context hardcore Hab fans and just look at people who are looking at it that are reporting saying, hey, look, no dog in the race, just think it should have counted. But I mean, for every Gord Muller who says no goal, you got a Ray Ferraro who says good goal. So, it really is one of those ones at the end of the day, whatever. I mean, the War Room overturned it. So, such is life as a Montreal Canadian fan right now. Headshots, no repercussions, and goals, Kotkaniemi's disallowed on Sunday, and this one last night. So, nature of the beast right now. If you're wearing the CH, no one's gonna feel sorry for you, brother. You got to go out and get her done. They got to turn around, get some wins. Obviously here to stay in the playoff race and take it from there. But that's all for another Liam's Hockey. This one here, of course, I thank Rod Brown, Hosey and Brown for my title sponsorship. We'll do more on the next garage next time I speak. But for now, in terms of the dismissal, I have no problem with it. I'm glad Luke, for now, is still there. Luke Richardson. I did ironically text him yesterday, and I did not hear back from him. I think I probably know why now. I think things were... Last thing I'll say, I guess, is you look at the comments from the oldest player on the team and the youngest player on the team on Monday. Shea Weber saying there's a negative energy around the team. Never heard him speak like that before. Look, this has not been a good team for the last few years, and I've never heard Shea speak like that. And then Nick Suzuki saying we're playing not to lose. That really speaks to a malaise behind the scenes. And then you look at the way they played last night. They're down about 90 seconds in. They're down 1-0. They were so bad last night. Structurally, they were so bad. And yet I still didn't have the mindset that I was pointing singularly on the coaching. I was starting to go that way. I was getting ready to prep to talk about that. I was going to draw the Kirk Muller analogy in from the bubble. Not saying he was necessarily going to be my guy, but just saying, hey, look, Claude, we got to do some things here, buddy. And maybe some shock therapy here. We got to do some things behind the scenes. We're not there. We're not at the practices. We don't know. But now you see the move made by Bergevin, and I have no problem with it. So that's my comments on the dismissal, and everybody have a good day. And I'm gonna toast Claude. I did meet the man, actually, his first dismissal in Montreal. I sat with him in a suite at the Corral Center, and we talked hockey the whole time, and talked a whole lot about what happened when Bob Gainey came in and took over at that time. He's such a nice guy. We know so many of the same guys. And Kirk, I've met and worked with him a few times too at a number of functions. Great guys, but it's a business. And I think if both of them, I'm sure, want to stay in hockey, they'll find other work. There's no doubt about that. They're lifers, I believe, and they'll stay employed. So here's to them. And here's the Habs hopefully turning around. If you're a Hab fan, if you're not, and you're one of the haters, it's a good day for you. Cheers nonetheless. G'day. Stay safe. Be well.